data logging. I'm still learning how to data log it the correct way, if that's the right way to say it. But yeah, I've had the street tune on this car for about 2 weeks or so. I probably should have done a video earlier, but it's really busy, you know. I'm trying my best. But from what I remember, last time I said it felt weird. I don't know if I like it, and that's just because I guess you can say I wasn't used to it, or not that I wasn't used to it, but I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. So now that I have an idea of how everything works, it's making everything so much easier. And the funny thing about that, everybody and their mama be asking me, how does it work? Is it worth it? How much horsepower did you gain? Do you feel a difference? And honestly, yes, all of the above. I feel a major difference. I know that it's a little hard to believe, a little too good to be true. Roll my windows. But I feel a difference. I really do. When I drove it the first day 2 weeks ago, I couldn't really feel it because I guess you can say I was expecting a lot more, but at the same time, all I have is an intake. And it did tune it. My VTEC kicks in at 4,350, the RPM wise, and it cuts off at 8,500 RPMs. I've probably redlined it like maybe 5-6 times within these past 2 weeks, you know, because I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overstress the engine until I get a proper tune. And like I said, I'm not gonna get one until I get some headers with a high flow cap. Maybe, I don't know. I might change my mind and go get a custom tune, but at the moment, I'm gonna go with the street tune, and if anything starts messing up, I'm just gonna go ahead and convert it back to stock. That's why I have the program for it. But yes, this is completely worth it. And I just caught up to the two cars in front of me pretty decently fast. Not fast, decently fast. Again, guys, this tool that I just put on the car, and I say tool because it's a tuning tool. You need it for anything you need to do to the car. It made this car dramatically more fun to drive. It's worth it, every penny. And I know a used one, a new one goes for about what, $679, almost $700 after taxes plus shipping and whatnot. That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I bought mine used. You don't necessarily need to buy a new one. You could just buy a used one from somebody that you know. Just make sure that it is unlocked. That way it doesn't screw you over. And what I mean by unlocked is it's locked to that vehicle. I know a lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people thought, like I have a buddy of mine that said, hey, let me borrow yours. I want to see how it is on mine. I'm like, well, it's locked to my vehicle and I don't want to retune it. What do you mean? Well, you could only use it you can only use a Hondata FlashPro per vehicle, and it registers to your VIN number once you log on to the computer. You lock it through the computer. And I highly recommend you guys having a laptop Windows. No Mac, Windows. I got lucky and I happened to have had a Windows. Bottom line, this is worth the investment because you're gonna do everything you can with the vehicle. Anything. Like right now, I'm looking at videos, I'm looking at tutorials, I'm reading that one manual that comes with the car. on how to set up a two-step, how to set up launch control. I'm not a racer. I just want it. That's the bottom line. I want launch control because before, when you tuned it, and let's say you floored it and you want to just be that person in the parking lot, it cuts off at 6,000 RPMs at stock factory. So it cuts off right before it hits VTEC, and it sounds badass. Now it just fucking redlines it all the way to 8,500 if I just floor it in neutral. Before, it just floored it and it cut off at 6,000. Does that make sense? I know a lot of you guys might know what I'm talking about, and I know a lot of you guys might not know what I'm talking about. 8th gen users know what I'm talking about. So with the two-step, I learned that the best for this specific setup is 3,500. To launch it from 3,500 from 0 to 60. And speaking of 0 to 60, it improved in my car. I haven't launched it from a complete dead stop yet, which I will soon. But I can vouch for it. The 0 to 60 time, it improved, not by like a lot, but it improved. And the reason why it improved is because in our 8th gens, when you guys go from a complete stop and you launch the car, you have to go through 3 gears, to go from 0 to 60, and that sucks. I love how the intake sounds. You have to go through 3 gears. So by the time I get to 8,000 RPMs on second gear, I'm like at 55, 56 miles per hour. Now it cuts off at like 62, I think. So I haven't timed my 0 to 60 yet, and I will. But it did help because it increased the red line 500 more RPMs, and that helped it out dramatically. Also, the VTEC kicking in at 4,000 and some, it helped it out too. That's kind of why I want to learn how to two-step. That way I can just dump the clutch. Gas-wise, it drains it a little faster than usual. But I mean, only if you floor it. If you don't floor it, it doesn't seem like I tuned it. It doesn't seem like, it seems like it's from the factory, and from the factory gas mileage is pretty good. And on a good week, it lasts me all week. On a bad week, if I drive a lot, if I'm in VTEC all the time, if I floor it all the time, just like any other car, it's gonna kill your gas mileage. And because the VTEC hits at 4,000 now, I've noticed that my oil started draining a lot faster, and I'm just going by checking it. I'm doing both of them. I'm checking the dipstick, and I'm also checking the percentage rise that's in the car. Question of the day has been answered. Hondata is worth it. I am still learning how to data log, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know where I left off. I got home and yeah. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video right here. That was my thoughts on the Hondata. It's worth it. You guys should invest in it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will have more videos coming soon. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and ask me, and I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't get back to you, that's because I'm probably working, or because I haven't seen it. I don't know why my notifications don't go on. My notifications don't go through all the time. So, anyways guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Tell everybody, all of your 8th gen friends, that this channel is gonna go. Peace.
Appreciation, never wasting any time. Taking better strides at a better life. Listen as a better mind. Taking annotation of these better rhymes. It's complicated.